Bleep. It's recording. People of YouTube, today part one of the new studio, still in the old studio, presented to you by a box. This is the box presenting the video for today. Hello, my name's the box. Welcome to other camera, the box. The box. Multiplier is ridiculous. Anyway, yes, today we are opening the first step towards the new studio. So this is obviously the existing studio and it's still not unplugged yet, but this is the first part of the new one. I need some scissors. So yes, this is a keyboard extension device. So let me explain why I bought this. So there are two main principles that I got this for. First of all, I want the new studio to be predominantly a stand-up studio. So instead of always being sat down, I want to be predominantly stood up, like a human being, not a rock. Rocks sit down, humans stand up. Therefore, I need to elevate everything. And in addition, you see all this stuff everywhere, stuff down there, stuff over. I want it all plugged in, basically. So even if I don't use something all the time, I want everything on display, plugged in, so I can use it without having to take it out and plug it in. Because if it's down there, it just doesn't get used, which is bad. So even though, say, some of these keyboards basically do exactly the same thing, because they're different, it gets you feel different things, and you end up writing different things. It sounds mad, and it will sound mad unless you've tried it for yourself. But the different feelings of the keyboards, the different layouts, the different types of buttons, they genuinely get you creating different things. And so I want to have everything out so I can create different things. So this is the cheapest first step. So, you can see over here as well. Hello. Now, another principle that's worth following if you're thinking of buying things yourself is you want to try and reduce risk. So oftentimes when you buy things off the internet, you don't know if what you're buying will work, and you don't know if you'll like it. You won't know if the product's any good, and you don't even know if the idea you have for the space will work. So you need to try and do the smallest purchases at a time with the least risk. So this is that such thing. I mean, the price is this, very, very cheap. So I want to elevate everything up and then have various devices, keyboards and so on stacked up. So instead of buying a really expensive something like this, I'm dropping everything. Instead of buying, I'm useless at this. Instead of buying an expensive dual layer keyboard stand, I did some research and figured out I might be able to extend this keyboard stand, which would also probably actually be a cheaper way to get a double layer in general. So if this double layer thing works, it's actually cheaper to buy one of these cheap keyboard stands, because they're like commodities almost. Buy a cheap one of these and then this for £15 or whatever. And that makes a cheaper double layer keyboard stand. Cheaper than the £200 or whatever a proper one costs. So yes, today is experimentation day. I'm very, very excited. This is ooh, I was busy talking to you and I forgot. I love stuff. There you go. I'm over here. Ooh, that's fun. I've dropped everything. Focus multiplier. Are we recording? Scissors. I've just fallen off the chair. Okay, that can go there. That's just packaging. Don't need that. Boing, over there. This is not a sponsored video, by the way. It is a Stag product, technically. So this is a Stag keyboard. This is not a sponsored video, but just in case some people will ask. This is a Stag keyboard stand for like 7 years ago, luckily. It's literally super cheap. It's like a standard product, basically. Super generic. My watch is on itself. That's unusual. Always throw scissors. That's the safest way to do that. And this looks like it's also a Stag product, but it's written on it. Didn't say that on Amazon, but it did say it was for the egg, whatever this is. So hopefully this fits. I think it will fit. The fact it says Stag, so you might be able to see on there. Oh, it's not in focus, but basically somewhere, I'm doing this all blind, it goes Stag. So you can see it says Stag. That's a good sign, because now I'm not in focus. I don't know what's going on with that. It's probably fine. So that means it will probably fit. I wasn't 100% sure if it would fit. And this is first impressions. Good. Metal's good. Made in China. Everything's made in China. Don't like that. Oh, I've ruined the stickers. All gone tickledy-pickledy. Oh, step one will be to take off the previous keyboard and move everything into the center so we can focus. So we're going to unplug these guys, boink, and place this carefully somewhere on the floor. Down here. Down here. Under the desk. We're going to go under the desk. That's what she said. Ugh. Ugh. Ow. Ow. Ooh, bumped into something just a few seconds ago. Delayed reaction. Oh, it's going to be okay under there. Oh, I'm under the desk. It's dusty as well. Ain't nobody got time for dust. What are we? The dust police? The dust people? CEO of Dust Incorporated? President of the Dust Society? Moving everything soon, so not much point in doing more. Okay, so we're going to lift it up. Ooh, look at that. I've lifted it. It's off the ground. Okay. And then it's going to move that there or something. I don't know. Okay. Everybody, shall I change that a bit? Yeah. Tilt that down a bit. Some tilt vibes. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, yeah, that looks... It's actually quite simple. So, this is I remember from the picture, this is the cross beam thing. Is that going to... Yeah, it's fine. So this is the cross beam thing. So this will go across. And then these go on. So let's do that. Just wiggle it until it goes on. I just realised as well, I don't know how much you can even see this from that angle. Hopefully. Well, we'll go for hopefully. If not, we'll go from over there. We'll find out in the editing. So unscrew. It's a classic screw system. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. And then this is actually really good. That's actually really good. Yeah. The reason why I look surprised right now is when you buy cheap things off the internet, oftentimes they don't work very well. Or they don't work at all. Or they're useless. Threads feel, I'll do them very lightly. They don't feel very positive. Oh well, we'll have to evaluate that in due course. In fact, overall, I'm going to say, if this works, I'm actually going to try and secure this better. I'm sure there'll be a cross beam. Maybe the cross beam will make it more sturdy, won't it? Yeah. Just because I don't want to push that very hard. I don't trust that screw basically because it's not screwing into anything. It's just friction. Can always glue it on. Yeah, I can always glue it or reinforce it somehow if need be. So we'll just do these up. Not tight at all because I don't trust the threads. Okay. You only tighten something and it doesn't... Ah! It's fallen over. It's fallen over. Okay, I think I was screwing it in at a wonky angle. I think the threads were in at a wonky angle. I think that explains why they felt loose. Yeah, the threads were in at a wonky angle, but that's okay. They're in a better angle now. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Okay, cool. Also, worth noting, so you can probably see from over there, hey, this is an angle, which is good, because remember, this is all going to be raised up. I should have raised it up before. So I'm going to be, remember, stood up like a human, not a rock. So that's too low. Let's make it higher before we put the cross beam in. So this is a useful thing to know. There may be a way of adapting it, but basically the cross beam goes through the holes and therefore the cross beam goes through here somehow. This has to be the same width as this because of the cross beam, unless you get creative and draw this out or something, which is possible. But you know what? I didn't even check should this go on the other side? Because the hole's bigger in there, that's what she said. So that goes, the sticker's on the outside. So, you see that? Yeah. The sticker's on the outside, so I think that's the right way around. Let's make this taller, first of all. Oof, 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 oof. Yeah. What's that, one level difference? Yeah, too low. Good. Yeah, I don't need any high, do I? That would be madness to go one higher, but we should check. Not complete madness. Less sturdy. Very much going to be raised a bit. Yeah, good. I like that. That's good. 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 Maybe I can just push it through that. No, that's not going to work. Oh, that goes through that hole, but not through that hole. That goes through there. So that goes through there, but not through there. It goes through there, but not through there. So that's okay. I've got the orientation correct by luck. Unscrew everybody, just sort of unscrew it. Vibes, are we still recording over here? Just trying out some multi-camera vibes for fun. Because I enjoy that sort of thing. Oh, I got some dust. No, I don't. Screw. We are recording. We are recording. Screw. Okay, and then I should have maybe. Yeah, so that's fine. Just sort of waggle it in. Wingle and wangle it in. Hold on a minute. That side's bigger than that side. We did it the wrong way around. I figured out the holes. Okay. Oh, I've dropped it. So I'm going to give you some unimportant information unless you buy this very specific keyboard extension stand. Unscrew, screw. So that hole is smaller than that hole. And then because of the diameters of these guys, I have to do it that way around. Remember, when you pay very little money for things off the internet, you should not have good expectations. Just shouldn't, because it's cheap off the internet. Oh, that's gonna be alright, that, because it's gonna secure it. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited, everybody. Oh, yes. This is gonna be good. I'm a genius. This is gonna work. This is gonna work, everybody. This is going to work. I feel like there should be a washer or something on the end of there. It's a bit of a gap. Ugh. Let me see how many washers. Oh yeah! Look at this, washers, everybody. I went into my man drawer and got some washers. Ow! They're on my foot. Ow! Ow! You wouldn't think they're stupid, Adam. Oh, you'd think that wouldn't hurt because each one's not very heavy, but it's when they combine the metal. Oh, it looks like it's raining. I'm leaving on the floor. Put some washers. It looked like they're the perfect size as well. What are the chances? That's hilarious, that. Perfect size. Look at that. Oh, come on, focus, you. It's a perfect size. I don't even have many of these washers. I bought these for some reason I can't remember. No, the perfect size. It's made to be. It's made to be, everybody. It's made to be. Yes. My foot hurts now. Oh, and then there are washers everywhere. There you go. Looks even better. It's got character now. See, this is why you buy things. You just to have I love having tools and screws and stuff in the house. There's washers everywhere. It's a bit chaotic. I can't. It's frying my brain a bit. I can't deal with this. Is that even still recording? Who dropped all these washers everywhere? The maniac? Ah, this is complete chaos. Ah, useless. Ow, my knees. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Ow. Oh, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're multiplying. Get it? Because I'm multiplier. And there are loads of them. Maybe I should have done a Forrest Gump moment and just sort of counted it when they dropped everywhere. That would have been YouTube gold. YouTube gold. Ow, my knees. This is crazy. Absolutely mad. Absolutely. Ow, this is ridiculous. I don't get paid enough for this. Okay, I'll put them there. That won't stress me out. Oh, this is going to work. This is going to work. This is going to work. Okay. When you buy cheap things off the internet, don't tighten screws too aggressively. Otherwise, you'll screw them up. Because they're screws. Or threads, whatever you want to call them. Okay. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Just give them a bit of a twist. It's got to be less fragile. This has got to be more fragile than a dedicated unit. Or even is it? I don't know. Some of the multi-layer keyboard stands I looked at didn't look very good at all, to be honest. I don't know why I'm spending so long tightening this down. I'm going to have to disassemble it, aren't I? What an idiot. Anyway, okay, no, that's fine. That is fine, because I need to know if I want to buy more of these or not. Cool. So, there you go. That is keyboard stand. Shall we put something on it? Start with this. Oof, wait, width. What even can I put on there? And this width. Actually, I should measure this, shouldn't I? Good useful knowledge, didn't I? Oh, there you go. Tape measure. So remembering that I can't make this top one narrower without making the whole thing leveled up, let's see if these guys fit. The SP16 is 17 inches. Too small. I should have, before I screwed all this down, measured the width a bit narrower. Not a problem. Anyway, that's not even the end of the world, because I could always... Concept knowledge time. If, say, you want it at this height, but, so let's say take this over here, I don't know if you can see it, Torres, or even the drum brute 16 inches. So if I wanted the drum brute at this height on here, I could still do it. I would just need to create a bit of a surface for it. So that's not even a problem. Ignore what I said before. I could easily create a surface for it. Put the surface on here, put the drum brute on the surface. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Awesome. I mean, I think this may be the solution, everybody. In terms of the cheapest way to achieve what I want to achieve, I think this may be the thing to do. Oof. Ah. This is the king. The Mark II series keyboard. Is that even going to fit? Are you having a giraffe? It's having a giraffe. I need to change these little squiggly dudes. I haven't moved them in years. Right. I call this the flamingo. This is the flamingo position. Ugh. And I sort of put that near there. Not all the way at the end. Don't need sort of some way. Okay. That could work. Oh, they come out the middle as well. That could work. That could work. Look. That's going to work. Ooh, yes. And I can line these up so my OCD won't completely. Just lining up the buttons on it. Make sure that's brilliant as well, because I reckon. Yes, this is good, because normally I spend about an hour trying to line it. Do you find this, everybody? Are we recording? Yes, we are. Do you find you do this? So you have a keyboard stand or a surface and you spend an hour measuring like this distance and this distance to make sure it's the same. But I don't need to do that because these buttons all line up. I'm excited. This is great. Oh, I love it when ideas come to fruition. I thought I was going to have to spend lots of $200 on £200. Lots of £200 on keyboard stands, like dual layer ones, but this is going to work. It's going to work. I had to order lots of these before you will go out and buy up the market as well. This is going to work. Oh, yes. Yes. Wait, I wonder how long the tractor is, just for reference. Maybe. The S4 is 20 inches, which is slightly too short for that platform. 20, yes, too short. Okay, so what I'll probably have to do, I'm not sure the final heights I've been doing in the studio, but I'll probably have to create a bunch of platforms for the smaller gear, because this distance, so on some, the fancier keyboard stands, you can have, say, the top distance narrower than the bottom. And also, of course, you can have the top, say, narrow while having it at this height. This you can't, but that's okay, because these narrower ones, I can just build a little platform for them to go on. Ooh, this is going to work. This is going to work. This is going to work. Do I put that one on there? Because, yeah, that, if I'm going to fit that one. Yeah, we're going to have to go for the big one. That's okay. That's okay. But then that will look stupid, having the big one above the... That's fine, whatever. I want to try it. Okay. Dusty. It's dusty. Anybody got time for dust? So yes, that's going to be some useful consumer advice about this, actually. Depending on what height you want everything. Like if you're sat down, for example, and you want some little things on it, you're going to have to make some platforms because of the width of these guys. I am Lion King or something. Jurassic Park. Woo! Is that weight fine? I panicked about the weight. That looks stupid having a big one above the little one. That looks stupid. No, I did it the wrong way. Don't let the whole thing up. Oh, everything's going to fall down and smash into a million pieces, isn't it? Well, now I can't see the screen. Don't. You can always move that forward a bit. Move it up a bit. I can't see the stupid. I'm going to change the order. That's okay though, because I'll just put something that doesn't have a screen on the bottom. Or something along those lines. That's okay, I'll move these keyboards around. Also, it looks stupid having the big one above the smaller one, so I'll change that in a sec. Come on, you keyboard. Oh, smashed into the light. Complete maniac. I can go there. This one's not very delicate. So looks good, looks good. Right, how much do I just freestyle this? Put that back in exactly the same position, otherwise my brain will explode. Oh no, but the legs are different. Oh no, what am I going to do here? Because the legs are different width. Yes. That's fine. Oh, my name's Multiplier and I'm doing a video. Go back a bit. 10 inches. That's what she said. I shouldn't do the paranoid everything's going to come crashing down. What I may do is glue it all together. Once I'm happy with the new layout, satisfied, I may glue it together because I don't trust any of this. Smashed into that like a complete lunatic. This is going to work, everybody. Skrillex. This is going to work. This is going to work. You ready for this? The power move. I am smashed into the light again. Trying to be all dramatic. For dramatic, that's fine. It's the keyboard. So this is also note. If you have two things with keyboards, just bear in mind that with screens. Oh, I said the wrong word. I should have done this ages ago. That looks cool. I would have had it lower. Because remember, this is for standing up. I'm sat down. So I would have had it lower. But that looks cool, doesn't it? Oh, this is going to work. Yes, this is totes going to work. Because I can have. I mean, I know I know what some of you are thinking. I will explain as. Wait, I need to measure, just so I don't my brain doesn't explode before I disassemble everything. 17.5. This is good. Let's get rid of the washers. What are we? Doing the washing up? No. Not at all. That's stupid. The pun. I've dropped one. Don't do that. You complete lunatic. Oh yes. Oh yes. This is going to be good. This is going to work. It basically works. Okay. Remember, we're going to ignore the chair. Remember to ignore the chair. That's slightly that way. Also, I want to be able to, let's move that very slightly. Oof, there you go. Well, let's plug it in as well, just for completeness' sake. Oh, I've gone rogue. Oh, that was a bold move. I just went for that. Sometimes in life, you just have to go for things. I went for the dive. Okay. Oh, this is brilliant. Big success. This is totally going to work. It was an idea. The cheapest way I thought I could experiment with an innovative solution to a problem that was otherwise going to cost me monies. Oh! Yes! 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 That's going to work. Stand-up studio is happening. So what I'm going to do is, obviously in the new place, ditch this table's going to go. It's bowed. It's bowed in the middle. See my video on choosing a studio desk for information about how and why that desk is bowed and how you should never get it. So that desk is going to go into the garage, and I'm going to buy more of these. Basically, I'm going to buy cheap X stand, and then this cheap razor upper thing, and I'm going to get 2 lots more. So I'm going to get this whole contraption, this whole stand, I'm going to get 2 more of that whole system. And then I can have, so like raised up here, there'll be like something over here, different heights as well. So if I wanted to, I'll create little platforms. Yes, that's going to be the best solution. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. I'm going to change that angle. Okay, so now I know what some of you are thinking. I know what some other people are thinking. The question you should be asking yourself is, multiplier, why do you even need 2 MIDI keyboards? And I have more, so I'm going to have more than 2. The answer is multifold. Well, I've given you one reason: the fact that different keyboards inspire different sorts of melodies, and you do genuinely do different sorts of things. Here you go. I will actually acknowledge, so that most of this video has just been a studio vlog, but if you made it this far, here's a reward. I'm going to give you some insights about, I should have done this at the beginning, but I didn't, that's okay. Insights as a reward for completing the end of Multiplier's ridiculous video. It's insights about why it's actually good to have, even if you have multiple things that look like they do the same thing. Why? That's a bad sentence. Let's rewind. So this keyboard is still dusty. The top keyboard is a Native Instruments Control S-Series keyboard Mark II. So it's basically a really fancy MIDI keyboard. It's not an analog thing. None of these keyboards are analog. Those 2 things at the top are analog. But these are not analog. They're MIDI, digital, basically keyboards. The keyboard below is a very simple keyboard. It doesn't do anything fancy. I mean, it's got the mod wheel and pitch wheel. It's basically just a bunch of keys. Whereas this top one has a thing along the top, a screen, so you can interact with the software in your computer. Basically, it does fancy things. The top one is a fancy MIDI keyboard, much nicer as well. The keys are just infinitely better than the quality of these keys. This is fancy and good. This is cheap and cheerful, but also longer. And you're probably thinking, multiplier, why would you even do that? That seems silly. Well, it sounds mad, but genuinely, different keyboards, different key feels, different key lengths get you creating different things. So, for example, if you take, say, this guy down here, the Arturia Minilab, Mark II, I think it was. Yeah, Mark II. Mark II, this has totally different key feel again, and the encoders are different and the pads feel different. So when I have this on a different key stand, it's going to get me writing literally different melodies and different rhythms than using these guys. So for example, if I'm writing the melody on here, I'm going to be restricted to a single octave. So if I'm doing a melody, it's going to be within the same 2 octave range. Whereas if I'm doing a melody on these keyboards, I'm going to be doing different, I'm going to be covering more octaves, and I'm going to just be feeling different sorts of things. So this is dusty as well. To dust all this. The different, and the encoders as well, and the pads, you end up just doing different things. I know it sounds mad, but it's 100% the truth. For example, on this long one, I end up doing this sort of, like that sort of melody, high energy electro sort of vibes. So like, whereas that's one style of melody. Whereas on this, I'm more likely to play around with the fancy stuff along the top. Maybe go into the scale smart play mode or the ARP smart play and do some of that fanciness. Or because the keys feel more proper, I'm more likely to do more delicate sort of vibes. Whereas on the push, more extreme difference, I'm going to do various chord shapes according to where my fingers fit and the shapes I know. Basically, you end up just doing different things, which is super cool. Also, my voice went weird there. Also, you can actually route different MIDI keyboards to different instruments in the computer. Remember, I'm going to be stood up the whole time. So what I could do is say have one instrument for this keyboard, like the bass. That'd probably be the best example. Yeah, that's the best example. So you know how you have normally bass doing one thing, and then you got your melody, left hand for bass, right hand for melody. Then you can actually have different instruments and play it all live once if you have to. That's a bad sentence. Normally you have a different instrument playing the bass than the lead, so the bass versus the melody. So you can actually try ideas out with the 2 instruments you like, with the 2 keyboards, by having two keyboards. So even though this does everything better than this does, I could say route this keyboard to the bass instrument that I've chosen, route this instrument to the lead instrument, the melody instrument I love, and then try them both at the same time. So I can do this sort of, I can be like, do, and does that make sense? So even though on the face, I should have done this ages ago, shouldn't I? I'm feeling a bit stupid for not having done this ages ago, but that's okay. We're all learning. We're all the space is evolving. We're all on this journey of life, and I should have done this ages ago, but that's okay. We're doing it soon now, for the next week or so. I'm excited. That's really cool. It's worked. Yes. And that angle's great as well. See how that's angled? It's at the perfect angle, so I can still see the screen, but it's not like, it's not vertical. It's got, the angle's brilliant. But yes, definitely. Also, another serious point. If you have, let's say you have an analog synth where you do need to be playing around with the top section a lot, and they sometimes have quite a deep top section, it's going to be a bit fiddly to have it below. Not impossible. You can probably offset them a bit. Not much though. Just bear that in mind if you're planning on stacking. In fact, I've heard that in reviews from the more expensive. We're still recording. I've heard that from reviews of the more expensive. Mike's pointing the wrong angle for ages. That's okay. I've heard that from the reviews of the more expensive keyboard stands too. Oftentimes the lower level ones, it's hard to get to the screen along the top. In fact, this doesn't seem too bad. Some of the reviews said some of the more expensive stands, in particular the 3-layered ones, were really difficult to get. That you almost couldn't use the underneath section. So yeah, just bear that in mind in terms of how you stack it. Also, it looks better to have the shorter one above the longer one. Oh, that is brilliant! Total success. Whoa. 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 I just made a funny noise because I'm excited. That's what happened there. Yes. So yeah, now it's time to order 2 more versions of this. Sweet. Oh, I'm so hungry. I'm filming this before breakfast. What a rookie mistake that was. So yes, timeline. Today is a day. I'm moving in 4 days. So the next video might be a tutorial or an in the door. The next video will be an in the door. Then the one after that might be a tutorial if I film that tomorrow, or it might not be. I might just start moving the studio and start filming the moving process then. So there may be a tutorial. So the next video will be in the door. And then maybe a tutorial, maybe not, who knows? We'll leave that as a fun surprise. And then there'll be a whole series of moving vlogs just for reference, studio constructions. So that's where we're at. All of which, of course, will be okay with you. If you've made it this far through the video, presumably you don't mind watching these videos. So that's cool. Unless you've left it on in the background or something, I don't know. You might have done that. If so, cool. I can't wait to have everything standing up. So let's in fact, since this is a long video, why not make it really long? Because YOLO. So what other things do I need to consider for the stand-up studio? So this has solved one of my biggest concerns, which was going to be, how am I going to raise all my gear up? How am I going to have it all at a height I can use for stand-up vibes? That's basically solved that. I need to make some boards, but that's easy to do. The next thing I need to figure out is stuff like laptop, because I don't want to put my laptop on something like that. So I need to figure out that. Maybe I need to get... Actually, the laptop, it's not an issue because it's getting raised. Anyway, so yeah, that's the next thing I need to have. I was focused on this, not on the laptop side of things yet. But yeah, I need to figure out a way to have my computer stuff raised. Stuff like the keyboard and the mouse and I suppose the microphone's easy. The keyboard and the mouse and the computer's easy because I don't actually have to have the computer raised up. The screen I need to raise up. But you can buy stands. You get a Visa mount. So you can basically you can unscrew the stand off here, and you can get a tripod or like a light stand, something like that. Some sort of adapter between monitor mount, Visa mount, Vesa, whatever it's called, mount for the screen. And that mounts to a light stand or a monitor or a tripod-y thing. I don't know, but I've seen them online. Probably get one of those. I'll get one of those. So then I just need a surface for my keyboard and mouse. But then again, that could be quite simple, couldn't it? That could just be a really small footprint standing desk, maybe. Yes. Or even, I mean, it's not impossible that I just get more of these, and then it's not even impossible, and then I just keep making bases for them. It's not impossible. I think I prefer the standing desk. I don't know. But anyway, that's the sort of thing I'm trying to work out next. But yeah, it's so much better being on your feet. It's much more creative. This is much more creative than... I mean, I can't believe I haven't done this enough in the past already. Because playing a bass and a lead at the same time, it's oftentimes you've chosen the instrument before you figured out the melody, or it's just sometimes nice to do it that way around. So I can choose the bass instrument, choose the melody, and try ideas out like this. Of course, lock it all into the same scale. Using software and stuff. That's easy. I've shown you that before. Oh, yes. And then if I have everything out, it's exciting. Yes. This is good. It's also good because I was initially contemplating the fact I may have to build like a giant standing desk. I'm not very good at building stuff yet. And this is much more airy. It's got space, I like it. So, problem solved. I love it when an idea comes to fruition and you save money in the process and it works and it's good and it's exciting and it's... Yes! Oh, there's a washer on the floor. Oh. That went perfectly in the pile. I'm a genius. I'm a throwing genius. My name is Multiplier. And I will catch you guys on the flippity flip. This video is sponsored by me, my website. As you can see here, I have a whole range of things available, from Serum presets through to Serum tools, samples, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Do check it out, link below, multipliermusic.com, and/or subscribe. Thanks for watching.